Hey guys, it's Scott again with another quick how-to video. I don't know, I just decided to make this video because it's a poor man's way of making a planter. My wife wants a planter for her plants, and I'm just using an old picnic table. And I did buy two of these. They call them stringers. They're like little steps because it's going to be a 3-tier. So I just bought two of these. You could cut them out of your own wood too if you want. And I'm just using some old wood I had. So right now I'm cutting the table because this is about how long it's going to be from here to there. I already cut that side. So I'm showing you real quick how I'm doing this for real cheap. So I'm doing this with one hand, of course, like all my videos. It's about 56 inches wide. Alright, I'm going to have to cut that piece by itself. I may not use the one with the hole in it, so as you can see, just using these boards, I'm going to probably sand these down and paint it real nice. Just using old stuff, and this is going to go on the porch when it's done. So now I got to cut that board. Alright, got that one. I just need to find another old piece to make another thing. Alright, so I found another old crappy board because I need 6 of them. Really, I'd rather have used, what do you call it, deck boards, but you know, I don't want to spend the money just for something like this to put plants on. But it's going to look nice once I sand all this out and paint it. Alright, so I don't have to measure it. I got my son holding the step up with his foot because now I'm going to have to measure something to put a stand on to hold it up in the back. One on each side, just like that. And I'm going to mark a line right there and then cut that. Okay, so I'm just marking the line. Might cut it just a tad lower because the boards are going to have to go across the top too here. So you can't have that up too high. Alright, so I got all my cuts made. Now it's just a matter of sanding this stuff down and cleaning it up. Remember, I'm probably going to paint it, so, and then putting it together. Just using my power sander. Clean it up. I'm going to use the underside of the boards. It's a little bit better. Don't have to be perfect, not for what I'm using it for. Just getting a bunch of dirty pots on it. Put some pressure on there. All this can be done by hand, you know, with a hand saw if you need it to cut them, hand sandpaper, whatever. Alright, they're coming out pretty nice and smooth, you know. I have no idea why these boards were painted orange on the bottom, but I mean on the top, but I'm going to use the back side like this so that they look a lot better, and I'm not going to worry about the orange because like I said, I'm probably going to paint this thing anyway. So let's just keep at it. Alright, now it's time to start putting this thing together. Remember, I already pre-cut this piece, and this is actually an old leftover piece I had, and I'm going to even it up with this, and this will be on the inside, see, and that'll hold that up. You could do screws, that would be better, but I don't have any long enough screws right now, and like I said, I'm trying to do this for next to nothing. So I'm just nailing it together. Like I said, I'm doing this all with one hand. One nail, get the next one. Okay, so there's one done, and remember I'm going to make another one, and of course when the boards go across the top, it's going to make this thing nice and sturdy and tight. Now as you can see, all I'm doing now is I put those side by side. I nailed this board down, just 2 nails on each side, putting the best board in the front. And it's going to look like almost like steps. If it was steps, you'd want probably another one of these stringers right here. But this is still really strong, and I'm a big guy, and I can stand on it. But it's just for plants, so I don't really need to waste another one. So anyway, I'm just going to keep going up. All right, last nail. All right, now it's together. Now, of course, that's not the finished product. I'm going to put some wood putty in some of these holes. I don't know, maybe give it another sanding, and then put a nice coat of paint on it, whatever color my wife wants. Probably like a red. Look, it's so strong, I can actually walk up this thing anyway. I don't know, it'd probably be more bendy if you had deck boards on it, because these boards are really thick. Like I said, I'm going to show you maybe painting it. I got it sanded down real good now, putty and everything, and now I'm going to prime it and then paint it. Covering up all those imperfections with the primer. And when I put the paint over, it'll be nice and good. And this stuff will dry 30 to 60 minutes, ready for the red. Primer doesn't have to be real pretty. If you want to roll this, you could, but I just assume use a paintbrush. Get on a little thicker that way, and not like this thing has to be perfect. And the purpose of this primer is to cover all those like dark spots and stuff like that. Make it look like brand new wood. Alright, looking good. That's all primed, and now letting that dry, and we're ready to paint it. Alright, it's dry. Now it's time to do a nice semi-gloss crimson red. This is going under a porch, but it's still exterior paint. You can see the primer is still showing through, so it's definitely going to need another coat for sure. That's all I'm doing. This is going to look so nice when it's done, and it was very cheap. These stringers are about $8 a piece. But like I said, I didn't have the right size junk wood to cut them, so I just bought those 2. So it was $16. I already had the primer. The paint was about $11. I got the cheap stuff because I'm cheap, but it's going to look great when it's done. My wife will be happy, and then I'll be on to the next project that she gives me, or whatever else will probably break at the house. Really don't know why I'm showing you this, how to paint. If you don't know how to paint, you probably shouldn't be messing with saws and hammers and nails and all that other stuff. Mainly just want to show you how it looks when it's done. Well, because I'm not using the most expensive paint, I already did 2 coats, and this is the 3rd coat, so it's really going to take 3 coats, and I'm going to let it dry and probably even cure for about 2 days, before we start using it and putting plants on it and everything, because I don't want it to chip or anything like that. Could put a clear coat on it, but I'm not going through that much, I don't think. Anyway, that's it, guys. I might show you how it looks sitting on the porch when it's done. Alright guys, there you go, finished product. Looks really good sitting there. Like I said, I'm going to let it cure for a couple days, and then we can start putting our potted plants on it and look real nice instead of them sitting all over the ground like they used to. Alright y'all, see how easy that was. Hope you have a good day. Thank you.